If I traded it all.
So welcome to the show, everyone. I am so excited. We're live on Facebook. Say hi with me. I am so excited about doing my show now live on Facebook and bringing on these guests. Yes, everyone knows that I tell everybody to talk within 3 feet to everyone, and that's what we're doing right here on the radio and right through to you to live on Facebook. I'm going to go with networking right away. I know I like to talk a little bit, but I'm going to go right ahead and introduce my first guest, and her name is Reverend Lucretia, and she is the owner of Lost Inside Ministry. Now, you have got to tell everybody a little bit about what you do. I'm so excited about what you do, and tell us a little bit about that. But also, I have to say, she goes by Reverend Creech, which is Creeesh, right?
Yes, indeed.
Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Sure. Thanks so much. I'm so honored to be here. It's such a pleasure. I'm so excited. My life is just so incredibly fantastic right now. I mean, I literally get up every morning and get on my knees and say thank you,
God. You look like it.
I am just filled with gratitude. I couldn't possibly be happier. And so I started this ministry as a way of saying thank you. I really believe in giving back. I really believe that the life that I have is a gift. You know, I'm healthy. I live in Arizona. I adore Arizona. I've got friends. I've got family.
Here.
I am new here.
Yep,
from New Jersey. Yes, indeedy. And my life couldn't possibly be better. And so it's all about giving back. The short answer is I created this ministry to say thank you. There are a lot of people that are hurting. So the tagline for my ministry is help for the hurting inside. And that's what I do.
So explain what that means.
So Lost Inside Ministries, so there's two kinds of Lost Inside. There's the Lost Inside physically, and there's the Lost Inside emotionally and spiritually. And so for the people that are lost inside spiritually and emotionally, I specialize in working with addicts and alcoholics who do not have a connection with a higher power. I was an addiction counselor for over a decade, and what I found out was that people who don't have a higher power have a really hard time staying sober. And I've also been something that's been praying as long as I can remember, and I've wanted to be a minister as long as I can remember. So recently, I went back to school, I got ordained, I got a degree in pastoral ministry, and I decided to put the two together.
That's awesome. How old are you? I got to ask.
59.
Nice. Me too.
Getting close to 60.
Okay. But see, at 59, you can start all over.
Yes. Just got ordained this year.
Awesome. Congratulations
Thank you so
on
much.
that. Okay, so you say you specialize in that, but is that only? Because there's a lot of people that are hurting inside that are not.
Yes.
Okay.
No, so some of the other people, for instance, I do tend to work really well with the elderly. So I reach out to people that are in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. I do a lot of ER work. So friends call me, people who know that I do what I do, and I run to the ER and I say prayers for people. Right. So those are people that are lost inside. They're hurting, they're scared, they're overwhelmed. A lot of people that are in crisis call me and ask me to go help them. So I say prayers and I'm able to get them connected to whoever their higher power is.
So it really could be anything that they're dealing with. It could be a health issue.
Yes.
It could be that they haven't gotten a job, because that's a crisis too.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so many things that equals crisis for that person.
Right. The people that are lost inside physically are usually in nursing homes, hospitals, hospices. I was trained as a hospice volunteer, so I come with a background of dealing with that. It tends to be, I'm working with a lot of cancer patients right now. I work with Singleton Moms, which is an incredible organization which serves single parents. Now they're actually doing dads as well as moms, and they just, as of this week, are starting to do pediatric care too.
Well, I'm going to open up the lines to the audience because you want to do a giveaway, which is really, really neat. But can I offer it to everyone, or is it somebody? Okay, so this is for anyone that's really hurting inside. It might be something very, maybe somebody even that might be dealing with cancer, but it doesn't really matter. She's really opening this up to everybody right now. And I have to say that there is a lot of people are hurting. There's a lot of people that went through a lot of bad things, when the crash happened.
Yes.
And everybody says it's better. It is a little better. Right. But it's not that much better for everybody.
Right.
So we're going to open up the lines to the audience because you're going to give away a free spiritual counseling. This is a 1-hour counseling that you're getting. It's a $75 value, free to you out there or anyone that you know. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866 866-536-1100. You could check her out on her website, which is LostInsideMinistry.com. You can also call her direct. When you work with people, do they call you and do you do a consultation with them first?
I do.
How does that work?
Yes, I do. So usually if it's in the vicinity where I can meet with them physically, I'd like to meet them face to face. Most of the time, quite honestly, I've been going to hospices and hospitals.
Right.
I've been called by family members to go. So they say, or emergency rooms. Like I said, more than half of my work has been in emergency rooms. And so people call me and then I go there and I find out what the crisis is and I deal with them one-on-one. The people that are addicts and alcoholics are people that are usually referred by someone else, that they have not been able to stay sober and they need to work on their issues with regard to having some kind of God in their life.
You can help anyone from anywhere. How do you work with people? Because you can go to them, you can do it Skype now. It's so wonderful.
So Skype is a great way to do individually way. Yep,
go ahead.
Absolutely. So a lot of my visits are done in, as I said, nursing homes. There are group homes too, and since so many of my cancer patients are in group homes, it's called Lost Inside because I'm going to where they are. And so I go and I visit them in their biggest time of need.
Wow. And yet you can also do this anywhere from anywhere.
Absolutely.
Because, of course, we've got the phone.
We've got the Skype. Yep.
And we've got that Skype. Now, you can call her direct. That number is 973-930-8380. You can also call here. We've got our lines open here. Everyone's getting entered into win. It's a 1-hour spiritual counseling. Right. And what does that mean when you say that?
So what it means is that I'm really open to all paths of God. I am a Christian, absolutely, but I want to go where the person is. So I really believe that in order for them to be connected to some kind of higher power, I have to start with where they are right now at this moment. And so I do a lot of questioning to figure out what's worked for them and what hasn't worked for them. A lot of them are coming from a background where they've had really bad experiences with traditional religion. And so I need to find out what didn't work. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to talk to them and find out what their preconceptions are and try to go through those preconceptions and figure out what we need to sort of tweak a little bit. But it's a very, very spiritual meaning that I'm trying to connect them to whatever higher power they want. And we need to work together to find what works for them.
Now, again, that number to call her is 973-930-8380. We've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered into win. It's a 1-hour free spiritual counseling. It's a $75 value, free to you or anyone that you know. Again, we're opening it up right now to anyone that might be dealing with something, no matter what it is right now. And again, there are some people that have some special needs, obviously, but we want to offer that to everyone. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And remember, she can help anyone from anywhere. This is help for anyone that's hurting inside. That's what she says. Yeah. You've one thing I want to ask you before we go to a break here. Right. You say that you offer personalized prayer.
Yes, I do.
What is that?
Okay, so
I want that.
It is an incredible thing that I found out totally by accident that I started doing for people that were in crisis. So I started texting them every day a prayer. So every morning, I've got about 19 people now that I wake up the first hour and a half, 2 hours of my day, and I send them a very personal prayer based on what their crisis is that they're dealing with. And so affirmative prayer is all about affirming that God lives inside you, that God is with you every single moment of every single day, that you have the power to overcome any difficulties that you're going through, that your thoughts create your reality. So if you can change the way you think, you can change your perception of your whole world. And
she's going to have her own radio show one day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. That's awesome.
It's exciting. It's exciting. So I write personal prayers.
Yeah. That is really neat. So she writes, you actually text them to them every day.
I text them. So I do personalized prayer. You can get those from me. I offer them at a monthly rate. But I also have a blog that's called Found and Connected. So if you go to my website and click on the blog that says Found and Connected, I have prayers up there every day.
Now, again, we've got our lines open here. You can check her out on her website. It's LostInsideMinistry.com. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a 1-hour free spiritual counseling. It's a $75 value, free to you. Give us a call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check her out on her website. She says that she's helped for the hurting that's inside. Again, give us a call here, 602-277-5369.
If I traded it all
Welcome back. You know, we're live on Facebook, and we are talking with, she goes by Reverend Creech, right? Am I saying it right? You know, and I said, you know, everybody could see you, and I asked you at the break, why the blue? Because she's got a lot of blue. You don't think of reverends with blue hair, is what I said.
Yes.
But you have an answer. Go ahead.
I do have an answer. So it's about not taking life too seriously. It's about play. It's about fun. It's about living in the moment. Turquoise is a spiritual color, and so I really believe if I surround myself with that, it uplifts my energy. But it's mostly about not taking life too seriously.
Right, and which is something that people should do more often, and they don't. None of you do.
Yes.
So we've got our lines open here. This is really neat, you guys. Number one, first of all, that she does for everybody is help anyone who's in crisis, obviously. And there's a lot of people that are in crisis right now. She's opening up to anybody who is dealing with any kind of issue, and she can help anyone from anywhere because of Skype today, which is really neat. She's offering this 1 hour free spiritual counseling, which is a $75 value, free to you or anyone you know. Maybe you know somebody, maybe your child. It doesn't matter how old they are, obviously. And she also does personal, I think it's neat to have a personal prayer that she does for everybody as well if you want. And but right now we've got everyone entered into win this. Give us a call here at the station, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. She helps for the hurting inside, and there's a lot of people that are hurting inside today. Okay, so you want to check her out on the website. It's Lost Inside Ministry. That's only one, ministry.com. And you can also call her. She does talk to people over the phone. It's 973-930-8380. Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of things going on that are really special. One of the things that you are doing that's really neat that you're starting in September, that you're doing some classes that are going to be at Lola Pauline Mays New Thought School of Ministry.
Yes,
and tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So that school is where I got ordained. It is in Mesa. And so the Lola Pauline Mays School has been around for over 100 years. It's the only New Thought school in America right now.
So what does that mean, New Thought? Come on, give us a little bit about what that means.
Think Emmett Fox, think Wayne Dwyer, think Louise Hay.
Right.
So New Thought is
No,
all about that we believe God lives inside you. And we believe that your thoughts create your reality. So it's really about the fact that we were created 100% perfect, whole, and complete, and that anything that we do that strays from that just is a misconception, and we need to bring ourselves back to reality.
So true. So true. Now, but you're going to be offering this class that you're going to be doing. I mean, let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, so the class, you'd actually have to go through the dean of the school, but we're opening it up. So the class is called Alternative Ministry, because what I do is alternative ministry. I'm not in a church. I don't have my own church. I go wherever the need is. And so there are a whole lot of people that do alternative ministry.
My dad did, and he was, 100 when he died. No, he wasn't, but he was 90. But, I mean, he used to tell us when we were younger, you don't have to go to a church or a temple, whatever.
Right.
You can pray in your shower.
Absolutely.
You know, it doesn't matter where you are to do that.
Right.
Go ahead.
So ministry is all about helping people and helping them feel connected to God, whoever their God is. So there are lots of different forms of ministry. There's music ministry, there's internet ministry, there's prayer ministry, there's something called healing on the streets. So my alternative ministry is for people who are getting ordained as ministers, and we will explore what is your passion? What is it that drives you? What do you wake up in the morning and you feel like you have to do it? And so when you find that passion inside you, you can be a minister too. And so we will be exploring all the different ways that you can challenge yourself.
Now, all of this information, is it on your website
It
yet?
is.
Okay, so you could check it out there. It's lostinsideministry.com. I'm not sure how many people want to become, a minister, but there might be. But I know for right now, I want to go back into you and how you help people, because there's so many people I know out there that could really use help.
Thanks.
Right? Okay, so you say you do group events.
I do group events. At the moment, I'm doing group events through Meetup, and it really is specializing in addicts and alcoholics. And all of that information is always posted on my website as well. I'm trying to work more with senior citizen centers, and I'm trying to do some group events there, because there are so many people that don't have the energy or the ability to get to whatever religious institution they're affiliated with. And so I do totally non-denominational spiritual services that will just help them feel connected to God. It would be, in an evening, not on a Sunday morning, and it would be, a half-hour service where there's some music and some prayer and gives them a chance to feel connected. Well, that would be done through the actual Senior Citizen Center. The meetup is ones that I organize that are done usually in libraries, quite honestly. The next one is going to be held in Arabian Library.
When is that happening?
October 4th.
And where do they find that?
That's all listed on my website.
It's all on the website, which is lostinsideministry.com. We've got our lines open here, and she can help anyone from anywhere that's listening. So she can help you, and she's going to do a 1-hour free spiritual consultation, which it's a counseling that you get. And it's a $75 value, free to you or anyone that you know. Our number here, you can call in. It's 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. When you talk about that, so when someone sits down and says, because it's a spiritual counseling, what does that mean? How does that feel for them? What does it look like to them?
What I find is the first thing I need to address is what's gone wrong. Because most of the time, people that don't have a relationship with a higher power had some bad experience in the past. And so I've got to figure out what went wrong and figure out how to work around that. But what I find is that being connected to a spiritual force is all about where's your happiness, where's your joy. So I have a whole lot of different ways of doing that. I use music. I was a professional violinist for a while. I use art, so I was a painter for a while. So it could be cooking. It could be rock climbing. So I'm going to explore with you, what is it that you feel the most connected to whatever God it is. So where are you the happiest? Are you walking on the beach and you're the happiest? Are you climbing a mountain? Are you doing gardening? What is it that makes you feel like you're alive? And if I can find out what it is that makes you feel like where you're alive, that's where your higher power is.
Wow. So it's not really just it's not at all trying to get them to, let's make that straight too, to get them into God.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a God of their understanding.
Right.
So everybody has their own God inside them. No.
Right.
I'm not in any way trying to convert anybody at all. I'm about saying you're hurting right now, and I believe if we can get you connected to some higher power, you won't be hurting anymore.
Right.
So let's figure out how to do that.
And the first thing she's got to do is figure out what it is that you're dealing with, and then you go from there, and then find out where you're the most happiest.
Right.
Sometimes people don't know where they're the most happiest. What does that happen? What happens when that happens?
You know what? We can always find someplace. It may be their pet. It may be their dog or their cat. It may be, some activity that they do that they really like. There isn't anybody that hasn't ever experienced joy. It may have been a while ago, but we're going to find out where was that joy, and we're going to get them connected again.
Again, we've got our lines open here. Everyone is getting entered in to win a 1-hour free spiritual counseling. It's a $75 value, free to you or anyone you know. She also does the personalized prayers for everybody that you can see all of this information on her website, which is lostinsideministry.com. And don't forget, September 27th through January, that she's going to be doing this school at the School of Lola Pauline May's New Thought School of Ministry.
Right.
That's a long one to get out. But it's a 1-hour class, and it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
You just donate whatever it is that you want.
It's a love offering.
It's a love offering.
Correct.
So you can check all that information is on the website. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this to get this. And if it's not you, maybe it's someone that you know. 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, so I have a question too. You say that you also do weddings, house blessings, everybody. I'm going to give away one of those in a minute. And memorials. Go on.
Right. So the biggest excitement that I have going on in my life right now is that I'm getting on a plane in 2 weeks to go officiate at the wedding of my nephew. And I absolutely adore my nephew, and I obviously adore my sister. And so I do weddings. I love doing weddings. I just did a house blessing.
What?
So a house blessing is generally when you move into a new home, people feel like they want to sometimes get rid of bad energy. And sometimes just open it up to new energy. So I just want to go in there and affirm that God is present. I did have a house blessing recently where there was some very, very bad energy. There had been some abuse, quite a bit of abuse done on the property. And so I had to go into every room, and I cleared out every room, and I made it clear that God was present and that there can't be any evil there if God is there. And there's a whole ceremony that I do. I say prayers. I tie ribbons on the doorknobs. I light incense,
How does that? That's got to be awesome. Everybody's cracking up. So let me ask you something. When
Yes.
you do something like that,
Yes.
it obviously depends on the size of the house,
Right.
but how long does it take you to do something like that?
This was a house that also involved a stable, and there was quite a bit of work that needed to be done in the stable and on the ground. So about an hour.
Wow, that is so neat that you do that. Now, you can check all this information out. It's on her website. It's lostinsideministry.com. You can also call her direct. Her number is 973-930-8380. She says that she helps for the hurting inside. And we've got our lines open here. I'm going to let everyone keep on calling throughout the rest of the show. And you're going to get entered in to win a 1-hour free spiritual counseling. Is a $75 value free to you or anyone you know. 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Do a blessing really quick just for the radio.
Dear God, we know that you're here every single moment of every single day. We thank you for blessing us and loving us as always, and so it is.
Check it out. It is lostinsideministry.com, or call in here at 602-277-5369. There's a lot of people that are hurting, if it's you or someone you know.